Hi everyone, today we're going to be checking out the One Piece card game tutorial app. This is an app that just came out recently that will teach you how to play the One Piece trading card game. It goes over some of the basics of how to play the game with small scenarios, with small trial decks to learn how to play, and then it throws you into playing a game with the AI. So I'll go ahead and cut over to our tutorial 1, and we can start with that. So once everything loads up here, this is going to be tutorial mode 1, which is going to introduce us to the basic rules of the game. Alright, so it's our turn. It looks like we have 1 life in our life deck, and so does our opponent. They have 3 Don up here, and we have 2 Don as well. So during the refresh phase, return all Don cards attached to cards on your field to the cost area. So any of the active ones are here, and any of the expired ones are here, unactive. So we draw for our turn. During the Don phase, draw 2 cards from the top of your Don deck and place them in your cost area. So these are essentially like your stamina or your mana. You can take various actions during your main phase, including playing a card, using a card effect, and attacking. So we'll start with Zoro. Take Zoro from your hand and place the card in your character area. Pay Zoro's cost of 3 to play the card. So this is like most games where summoning sickness means that the creature can't attack this turn. But it looks like we have an ability that might be able to help us out here. So we can go ahead and rest Luffy as the leader card to be able to attack our opponent's leader, which is Kaido. So we can use Luffy's skill here, or do we just attack? It looks like we're just going to attack. So to do so, we drag from Luffy, our leader, into their leader, and that launches the attack. And they get to use one of their power-up cards. So I think that means that we can do the same. Let's read on. So we can use events and character cards to power up. Your opponent has to use counter step to increase their leader's power. So what do we get to do? Can we do the same? Oh no, they were able to defend, so we didn't get to do any damage. So in this game, unlike the other games that I've played before, if you match the number, you do damage and your creature doesn't die. So you can tie and you can still win. But we can also use the Don cards to power up our own characters. So we'll give Vivi a Don, and then we can use the skill from Luffy here to give her 1 more Don from the rested pile. And that'll put her up to 6k. So let's go ahead and swing into Kaido again. Okay, so when we attack and we meet the same number or we're greater than the same number, we do damage. So because our number was higher, we just did 1 damage to Kaido's life deck, and now they're at empty. So once they get completely depleted, we just have to give 1 more final attack. So that's all that we can do for this turn. There's nothing else. So we'll go ahead and pass turn. Don only lasts for the turn that you play it. So on the opponent's turn, it's no longer active. The AI wants us to use Brook here to power up Vivi. So let's go ahead and do that. So during our counter step, we can toss Brook in here to boost Vivi, and she survives. And now they're stacking their Kaido up with a bunch of Don cards there. And the AI is saying, don't waste the Don cards, don't waste your other cards in the back there. So we're going to pass so that Vivi takes the hit for us. Alright, we need to land 1 final attack, and we are good to go. So they've got 0 life. To win the game, you need to attack your opponent's leader when your opponent has 0 life remaining. So we're almost there. Let's go ahead and try this. So we're going to load Zoro up with Don cards. His effect is when you put 1 Don on him, he gets an additional 1,000. So we are going to attack Kaido. And are they going to counter? They have Blast Breath to counter. So your opponent used an event card during their counter step. The card has a powerful effect, which is used by returning Don cards to your Don deck. So we swing in at 7k. Zoro doesn't get defeated. He just doesn't survive the attack, or successfully complete the attack, rather. So we're gonna boost Luffy here. How many Dome cards are we gonna stack on him? All of them? There we go. Luffy's at 10k. Let's go ahead and swing into Kaido now. So they can try to counter, but that's quite the number to beat. Alright, your opponent can't defend against Luffy's attack, so Luffy wins. Your opponent has 0 life remaining, so you've won the game. So one successful attack when they have 0 life is all you need to do to completely win the game. We'll go ahead and hop into tutorial mode 2. So what do we learn with tutorial mode 2? Your hand isn't very good this time. In this game, you can redraw your hand 1 time. Give it a go. So this is going to teach us how Mulligan works. Battling first hand, redraw your hand. We'll go ahead and click yes. It looks like we put the 5 cards back before we deal out our life deck. And then we go into dealing out the life deck. Interesting. Okay. Start the tutorial. Tutorial mode 2 introduces you to some more detailed rules of the game. Let's go ahead and get into those. The player going first can't draw a card on their first turn. During the Dawn phase, you add 2 cards to your cost area. The player going first only adds 1 on their first turn. So we're going first here, which means that we can only play something for a 1 play cost. So Tony Chopper is a cost of 1, and we have 1 Dawn card. So we can play Tony Chopper. Alright, since your leader, since you can't use your leader to attack on the first turn, let's end the turn. Alright, so Chopper's just chilling out here. I think this Chopper is a blocker, right? Yeah, so this Chopper is a blocker for us. Okay, so it's our turn now. We get to add 2 Dawn cards to our Dawn deck. Or rather, from our Dawn deck to our active Dawn. It wants us to play the event card Thousand Sunny, so we'll go ahead and play that for 2 Dawn. Maybe. Looks like we've got to drag it right here. Is it being really touchy? There we go. Hey, we got it to work. Why don't you use the Thousand Sunnies effect on Leader Luffy? So we'll go ahead and use the skill and give Luffy plus 1k. And then we're going to use Luffy's effect because we have 2 used Dawn. We can add one of those to a character. So I think we're going to boost Luffy here and give him an additional 1,000, so he's at 7,000. And now, since we're all buffed up, let's go ahead and attack Kaido with Luffy. They can buff to 6k. Alright. What else are they going to do? They're going to boost to 8k, so that's an unsuccessful attack, but Luffy's still okay. And then we just end the turn here. So when we use the event cards, it looks like they get rested instead of just like... Maybe there's an effect that says that they have to rest them, I'm not sure. Alright, they are boosting their attacker here. What can we do? Let's use the event card. Okay. So we have an event card guard point in our hand, and it's going to increase by 3k, so we'll go ahead and use this. Where do we have to drag it to get it to work? To the center? Do we just click on it? There we go. Okay, so your leader and one or... Okay, there we go. Your leader or one of your characters gain plus 3k. So we'll go ahead and select Luffy here, and it does cost one of our Dawn cards. Kaido is able to attack Luffy this time. Let's not use a blocker. Instead, let's defend Luffy with a counter. Alright, so we just have to get bigger than he is. He's at 5k, we drop 1 and go to 6k, and our life deck is okay. Alright, let's play Sanji from your hand. So Sanji has Rush. So if we put Dawn cards on Sanji, he can have Rush. So we drag 1 here, and 2 here, and now Sanji has Rush, so he can attack the turn that he's played. We are going to swing into Kaido with Sanji. And we hit a trigger. So when a card in your life deck is flipped over and it says trigger, They get to do the effect, and this one specifically says add 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. Alright, let's use the Thousand Sunnies effect on Luffy again. So we'll go ahead and click this Thousand Sunny, and we'll add that to Luffy. And then we can use Luffy's skill to add one of the rested Don right back onto Luffy. And now we can swing onto Kaido again. Alright, so now they have 0 life left. So we just need one more successful attack. We've got 1 life left, or 1 Don left, so we can go ahead and play Chopper from hand. So let's go ahead and play another Chopper, and then we'll end turn. Alright, it looks like they're trying to go wide here. What are they doing? Queen has a really powerful blocker. This isn't looking good. Alright, so they have an on-play effect that's going to go off there. Alright, so we want to block the attack. So when an attack comes in, we can intercept it. We'll use our one with Summoning Sickness. Let's activate another Chopper blocker. So we will block with Chopper again. He takes one of the hits. And now we don't have any blockers or counters to stop Kaido, so Kaido is going to swing on to us. We have nothing that we can do, so we're going to take that hit. But now we can launch a counterattack. So what we're going to do is play our leader Luffy. Or no, this is just a regular character card Luffy. That's our leader Luffy. So we have a regular Luffy and a leader Luffy. And it looks like we can drop 2 Don cards on him to give him Rush. So let's drop those there. And then we're going to use the Thousand Sunny to give him additional strength. And then we're going to use the leader Luffy skill. And who are we buffing? We're going to buff the character Luffy as well. So we've got leader Luffy buffing character Luffy. And we're going to swing over Kaido here. As long as they can't come up with another 6k, we're good to go. They're close. Oh no. Okay, but ties still count as wins for us, so we just won. Your opponent's Kaido has 10k power. When the power is equal, the attacking side wins. That means Luffy won this battle, and since the opponent has 0 life, you've won the game. We did it! Alright, so that is the basics of One Piece. Now we can do a regular battle. So this is kind of on our own, trying to figure out what we're gonna do and figuring things out on our own. Let's give it a shot and see how well we do. Alright, so we can tap and hold a card to learn more about it. So if we need to look up the effects, we can do that. Alright, so this looks like a decent hand. I really like the Rush Sanji, the Karoo in here. These look pretty good. Let's not redraw our hand and keep what we have. Alright, so we've both got 5 life. Let's go. Okay, so we have 2 Don. We go first. So let's see, what does Usopp do? So he has a trigger to play him. That's not going to activate, but he is a blocker. Oh no, he's not a blocker. His effect involves blockers. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Usopp. And then we'll add the skill to give Luffy an extra Don card. So now we're at 6k. And it's our first turn, so we can't attack, even though it's the second turn of the game. Okay. So third turn is where you can start attacking. Got it. And their effect pops our guy, and they're going to swing in. 5k, so I want to go ahead and use Karoo to buff Luffy so that we don't take damage. Alright, so here's what we can do, and let's see if this is the best thing to do. We're going to bring out Sanji, and then we can use Luffy's skill to give Sanji 1 Don card. And then we can use a Don card in our hand. And now Sanji has Rush, and we're going to swing over Kaido. We did 1 damage there. And now we can use Luffy, and we'll see if they're going to use a card. Alright, so we forced them to use up a card in their hand, which is really cool. And then what does Nami do? What can we do with her? Give 1 rested Don card to your leader. Let's go ahead and put her out here for now, and we can use that next turn. Alright, so they are swinging onto Luffy. We have nothing that we can do, so we're just going to take the hit here. And we get to draw a card off of that. So they're going to swing in. They're at 5k. We can go ahead and drop Vivi to power up, so we're at 6k. And we're going to survive this hit. Super cool. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. Zoro's really good because he can buff really easily. But we won't be able to swing with him this turn. And then we have 3, so what does Jinbei do? When attacking, your leader or one of your characters other than this card gains plus 1k. Or Frankie. No effect. Frankie is just a vanilla. Okay, so we can go ahead and summon Jinbei. We can use our skill here to boost. Let's go with Luffy himself. We'll go ahead and buff him. We will use this to buff Luffy again. And then we're going to use Sanji to attack over their guy. Alright. And then let's swing over Kaido with 7k. Cool. We dealt more damage. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pass turn here. We've got 4 life to their 3 life. They've got 1 character left on the field. This guy has summoning sickness, so King can't do it. Oh, King's effect will do something to us. Okay. They're going to swing over us. We can go ahead and use Frankie to buff. Alright, so we survive here. And now we're not going to take any cards from our hand to use to buff us, so we are going to take that hit. Let's see what the trigger is. Activate the card's main effect. KO one of your opponents with 6k or less. Let's go ahead and try it. So we can pop their already suspended guy. Alright, sure. Alright, so it's back to our turn. We have 8 Don now. We can go ahead and play Luffy. With 2 of the rested Don cards, or I'm sorry, any 2 Don cards, we can give Luffy Rush. So he can attack this turn, right? Or does he just oh, he inherently has Rush. When attacking, your opponent can't block. Okay, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and buff. We've got 3 life. We can attack with 4 of our guys. Let's do this. And then let's give 1 to Jinbei. I think we've got this. So we're going to swing in with Jinbei. When attacking, we'll go ahead and buff Sanji here. Okay, they do have 1 counter, so that attack's not going to go through. We're going to swing with Sanji now. Okay, that one's not going to go through either. Alright, how about this Luffy? Okay, we're going to take him down to 2 life. Alright, now we swing with this Luffy. Alright, looks like they're running low on cards. We have to make 2 more successful attacks. And we've got Chopper in hand, so I think we're okay here. Let's see what they do on their turn. So Sasaki can... What did this card do? 1 Don card to return, okay. And they just attacked over our Jinbei. And they're attacking us. We can't do anything there, so we're just going to take the hit. We still can't do anything there, so we'll take the hit. And then that's just going to put us in position to finish them off this turn. Alright, so we're going to play the Thousand Sunny. Go ahead and activate the skill. Let's give this Luffy a buff. We'll go ahead and give this Luffy another buff. He's got one Don card, so let's go ahead and give him a second one so he can't be blocked. Let's go ahead and use this Luffy skill to buff him up too. So what we're going to do is just stack everything in our favor. It's going to be pretty hard for them to get over 8k on all of our guys. So let's go for it. Let's go ahead and swing in with 8k and see what happens. Okay, they can't stop it. There is a trigger though. Alright, can they get over 9k now? They can't block it. They can try to buff. Oh, they did get over it, okay. Here we go, final attack. Are we going to need another one here? Alright, so we're at 9k, let's see if we can do it. They can't come up with 9k, we win! And Luffy defeats Kaido. Alright, so it looks like we have 4 starter decks that are being advertised here. Not quite available for us in the US yet, but it looks like it is coming soon or out now in Japan, so that's super exciting. I definitely want to check out some of the cards that are coming out soon, and just kind of review them, figure out what I want to build when the deck and the booster packs come out. But thank you all for joining in, and I hope you had fun watching me play a little bit of the One Piece card game, but I'll catch you all later.